Hello, good morning students. In the previous video we have discussed some numerical sums on wave optics, the sums which were asked in the annual examination. Today we discuss some more numerical sums from a textbook exercises. So numerical problems on wave optics. The number 1, monochromatic light of a wavelength 589 nanometer is a incident from air on a water surface. What are the wavelength, frequency of a speed of reflected and refracted light? So when monochromatic light of wavelength 589 is made to incident on the water surface, part of light is reflected, part of light is refracted. For reflected light, the speed, the wavelength as well as frequency all remain same, because after reflection the light travels in the same medium. After refraction, the light travels from air to water. As the light enters from air to water, that is a rarer to denser, light bends towards the normal. The speed of light decreases in water. Frequency remains the same, whereas a wavelength decreases. So as the light enters into the water, both velocity as well as the wavelength of light decrease. Refractive index of water is 1.33. So given data is wavelength of light 589 nanometer or 5.89 into 10 raised to minus 7 meter. Speed of light or velocity of light in air, it is 3 into 10 to the power of 8 meter per second. Refractive index of water is given, that is 1.33. For reflected light from water surface, wavelength lambda, speed of light c and frequency nu remain same. Therefore, frequency of light after reflection at a water surface, we have the formula c equals to nu lambda, speed of the light is equals to the product of frequency and wavelength lambda, or frequency nu equals to c by lambda. C is 3 into 10 to the power of 8 meter per second, lambda is 5.89 into 10 raised to minus 7, 10 raised to minus 7. On simplification, it comes out to be 5.09 into 10 raised to 14 hertz. 5.09 into 10 to the power 14 hertz. For a refracted light, the speed of light is speed of light in water, VW equals to speed of light in air divided by refractive index of water. So it comes out to be 2.26 into 10 to the power of 8 meter per second. So speed of light in air is 3 into 10 to the power of 8 meter per second. The speed of light in water is 2.26 into 10 raised to 8 meter per second. And wavelength of light in water decreases. The new wavelength of light in water, lambda w equals to speed of light in water divided by frequency. Speed of light in water is 2.26 into 10 raised to 8 meter per second divided by frequency is 5.09 into 10 raised to 14. On simplification, which comes out to be 444 nanometer or 4.44 into 10 raised to minus 7 meter, which is same as 444 nanometer. Further, in a Young's double slit experiment, the slits are separated by 0.28 millimeter. Small d is given, that is 0.28 millimeter, and the screen is placed 1.4 meter away. The screen distance capital D is 1.4 meter. The distance between the central bright fringe and fourth bright fringe is measured to be 1.2 centimeter. Determine the wavelength of light used in the experiment. So first you need to write the given data. The given data is separation between the two slits, small d is given 0.28 millimeter, which is 2.8 into 10 raised to minus 4 meter. The screen distance capital D is 1.4 meter. Distance of the fifth bright fringe from the central maxima x5 is given 1.2 centimeter. It is to be expressed in meter. 1.2 into 10 raised to minus 2 meter, and we are asked to calculate the wavelength of light used in the Young's double slit experiment. For distance of a nth bright fringe from the center of the screen or from a central bright fringe, we have the relation xn equals to n d lambda by d. For n equals to 5, fifth bright fringe, x5 equals to 5 d lambda by d. Or lambda equals to x5d divided by 5d. Substituting the values, x5, that is the distance of the fifth bright band from the center of the screen, 1.2 into 10 raised to minus 2 meter. Small d, the distance of separation between the two slits, 2.8 into 10 raised to minus 4 meter. 5 into capital D is 1.4. On simplification, the wavelength of light comes out to be 600 into 10 raised to minus 9 meter, or 600 nanometer. The next one, in the Young's double slit experiment using a monochromatic light of wavelength lambda, the intensity of light at a point on the screen where the path difference is lambda in k units. What is the intensity of a light at a point where the path difference is lambda by 3? If a path difference is 1 lambda, phase difference is 2 pi, then the waves arrive in phase or crust falls on a crust, constructive interference takes place, the intensity of light is a maximum, that is 4 I0. 4 I0 can be taken as k units. As the path difference changes, phase difference correspondingly the phase difference changes, and the intensity of a light also varies between a minimum and maximum for a different path difference or different phase difference. So we have the relation phase difference pi equals to 2 pi by lambda into path difference delta. Here path difference is given lambda by 3 for the waves arriving at a point on the screen from the two sources, coherent sources. Path difference is lambda by 3, so delta is lambda by 3. Substituting for delta as a lambda by 3, lambda get cancelled, it is a 2 pi by 3. 2 pi by 3 is 120 degree. The phase difference between the waves arriving at a point on the screen is 120 degree or 2 pi by 3 radian. For path difference delta equals to lambda, the intensity is maximum due to constructive interference, that is 4 I0 equals to, we can write it as k units. Then for path difference lambda by 3, resultant intensity of a light at a point on the screen where the light waves arrive with a path difference lambda by 3, we can write IR equals to resultant intensity at that point, IR equals to 4 I0 cos square pi by 2. then 4 I naught is k units cos square pi by 2. Already we have calculated for path difference lambda by 3, the phase difference is 120 degree. 120 by 2 is 60 degree. Cos 60 is 1 by 2. 1 by 2 whole square is 1 by 4. So resultant intensity IR equals to k by 4 units for a path difference lambda by 3. The next one. A beam of light consisting of two wavelengths 650 nanometer 520 nanometer is used to obtain interference fringes in a Young's double slit experiment. The distance between the slits is 2 millimeter and the distance between the plane of the slits and the screen is 120 centimeter. A. Find the distance of the third bright fringe on the screen from the central maximum for wavelength 650 nanometer. B. What is the least distance from the central maximum where the bright fringes due to both the wavelength coincide? So one is of longer wavelength, the light, the other source is of a shorter wavelength 520 nanometer. The fringe width increases with the wavelength. More the wavelength, more the fringe width. Less the wavelength, less the fringe width. In a given distance, the number of bright fringes are less for longer wavelength, whereas more for the shorter wavelengths. Fringe width increases, the number of bright bands in a given distance decreases. If a fringe width decreases with a decrease in wavelength, then the number of fringes increase in a given distance. So given data, distance of separation between the two slits 2 millimeter, which is the same as 2 into 10 raised to minus 3 meter. Screen distance 120 centimeter or 1.2 meter. Wavelength of light for the first beam lambda 1 is 650 nanometer. For the second beam the wavelength is 520 nanometer. A. Distance of a third bright fringe from the center of the screen for wavelength lambda 1 equals to 650 nanometer. That is we have the relation for the bright fringes, the distances of bright fringes from the center of the screen. For nth bright fringe from the center of the screen, we have xn equals to n d lambda 1 divided by d. For n equals to 3, the distance of the third bright fringe from the center of the screen, x3 equals to, substituting for n as 3, d lambda 1 by d. Capital D is 1.2 and lambda 1 is 650 into 10 raised to minus 9 divided by the distance of separation between the two slits is 2 millimeter, that is 2 into 10 raised to minus 3. On simplification, we get 1.17 into 10 raised to minus 3 meter. To express it in a millimeter, you have to multiply it by 1000. Multiplying it by 1000, we do get 1.17 millimeter. So on a screen, from the center of the screen at a distance of 1.17 millimeter, we do have the 3 bright fringes. Further, if x be the least distance from the center of the screen, where mth bright band with a wavelength lambda 1, longer wavelength lambda 1, the number of fringes decrease with increase in wavelength. That's why mth bright band with wavelength lambda 1 coincides with the nth bright band with the wavelength lambda 2. So x is the least distance from the center of the screen where mth bright band with wavelength lambda 1 coincides with nth bright band with wavelength lambda 2. So md lambda 1 equals to nd lambda 2 by d. Here d held cancel, small d, capital D held cancel. We get the ratio of m to the n is lambda 2 by lambda 1. Lambda 2 is 520, lambda 1 is 650 nanometer. Nanometer held cancel. Therefore, m by n equals to, it is 4:5. M by n ratio is 4:5. In other words, fourth bright band with wavelength lambda 1 coincides with fifth bright band with wavelength lambda 2 at a least distance, say x, from the center of the screen. That is, fourth bright band with wavelength lambda 1 650 nanometer coincides with the fifth bright band with wavelength lambda 2 equals to 520 nanometer at x equals to xm. That distance of x we have to find out. So x equals to xm. Therefore, x equals to md lambda 1 by d. M is fourth bright band with wavelength 650 nanometer, screen distance 1.2. The distance of separation between the two slits is 2 into 10 raised to minus 3. On simplification, this least distance we get it as 1.56 into 10 raised to minus 3 meter or 1.56 millimeter. So 1.56 millimeter distance from the center of the screen. Fourth, this is the least distance from the center of the screen where fourth bright band with wavelength lambda 1 coincides with fifth bright band with wavelength lambda 2. Further, in a double slit experiment, the angular width of a fringe is found to be 0.2 degree on a screen placed 1 meter away. The wavelength of light used is 600 nanometer. What will be the angular width of the fringe if the entire experimental apparatus is immersed in water? Let the refractive index of water to be 4/3. So in Young's double slit experiment, path difference S2P minus S1P for waves arriving at a point P from both the coherent sources S1 and S2, delta equals to n lambda for bright fringes. For dark fringes, odd multiple of lambda by 2 should be the path difference. Also, angular width, it is sin theta n equals to delta by d, where delta is a n lambda, small d is a distance of separation between the two slits. For a first bright fringe, theta 1 is the angular position of the first bright fringe. Theta 1 being small, instead of a sin theta, we just take theta 1. Theta 1 substituting for n equals to 1, it is a lambda by d. So the angular position of the first bright fringe from the center of the plane of the two slits, theta 1, is just the ratio of wavelength of light to the distance of separation between the two slits. Or small d is, that is the distance of separation between the two coherent sources is a lambda by theta 1. Let us call this as equation 1. When the Young's double slit experiment apparatus is completely immersed in water, so as light enters into the water, the wavelength decreases, the speed decreases. That's why the wavelength changes and it decreases. As wavelength decreases, the fringe width decreases, the angular width also decreases or changes in water. Then the new angular width of a first bright fringe in water is theta 1 dash. Lambda dash is a new wavelength of light in water. We can write the distance of separation between the two slits as the ratio of wavelength to the angular position. Lambda dash divided by theta 1 dash for the whole apparatus to be immersed in water. Let's call this as equation 2. So in air medium we have d equals to lambda by theta 1, that is equation 1. In water medium or the Young's double slit experiment conducted in water, the d can be written as lambda dash by theta 1 dash, that is equation 2. Distance of separation between the two slits it doesn't change whether you conduct the experiment in air or water. Then from these two equations equating the right hand side quantities, we do get from equations 1 and 2 lambda by lambda dash is a theta 1 divided by theta 1 dash. Let us call this as equation 3. Refractive index of water, n, is the speed of light in air divided by speed of light in water, or speed of light in air is a product of frequency into wavelength lambda. Speed of light in water is a product of frequency and wavelength of light in water. So frequency nu get cancelled. We do get lambda by lambda dash. Lambda by lambda dash is a theta 1 by theta 1 dash. That's why lambda by lambda dash we can rewrite it as theta 1 divided by theta 1 dash. So refractive index n is given, theta 1 is given, theta 1 dash, that is the angular width of the first bright band or bright fringe. When the whole apparatus is immersed in water, we are asked to calculate. Therefore angular width of a fringe in water, theta 1 dash is theta 1 divided by n. Theta 1 is given 0.2 degree, n is a 4 by 3. On simplification we do get 0.15 degree. So wavelength decreases, fringe width decreases, angular width also decreases when the whole apparatus is immersed in water. Further, estimate the distance for which ray optics is a good approximation for an aperture of 4 mm and wavelength 400 nanometer. Given data, wavelength is given, slit width A is given. So the bending phenomena of a light around the sharp edges or corners of an obstacle is called as a diffraction of light. When a single slit is illuminated with a light, then a diffraction pattern is obtained on the screen placed at a suitable distance. As the screen distance increases, the linear width as well as the angular width of the central maximum increases. So the distance up to which the linear width of the central maximum is equal to the width of the slit, that distance is called as a Fresnel's distance. So up to this particular distance the ray optics is valid. Beyond that distance, that is a Fresnel's distance, the linear width as well as angular width of the central maximum increases and ray optics is not valid beyond Fresnel's distance. For validity of ray optics, the Fresnel distance ZF must be less than or equals to a square by lambda. So a and lambda are given here. So straight away substituting the values, we calculate the Fresnel's distance is less than or equal to 40 meter. In other words, the linear width of the central maximum is equals to the width of the slit up to a distance of 40 meter for a given wavelength and for a given slit width. Beyond 40 meter, what happens? The spreading of light is appreciable and ray optics is not valid. So ray optics is valid till the Fresnel distance that is equals to 40 meter. Fresnel distance is 40 meter. Even it ray optics holds good for a distance less than 40 meter. Beyond 40 meter, the angular width increases, linear width increases, and ray optics is not valid. Seventh one, the 6563 angstrom H alpha line emitted by hydrogen in a star. So 99% of the stars are made up of hydrogen. When this hydrogen gas is at excited state, it gives out light energy of wavelength 6563 angstrom units, called as a H alpha line. This H alpha line emitted by hydrogen in a star is found to be red shifted by 15 angstrom units. Means wavelength of this light coming from the star gets shifted towards red. Wavelength of red is 8000 angstrom units. The wavelength of H alpha line is shifted towards red through 15 angstrom units. In other words, the star is receding away from the observer. Then we are asked to calculate the speed with which the star is receding away from the earth. If a wavelength increases or shifts towards red, then the star is moving away from the observer, or source of light is moving away from the observer. So given data, actual wavelength lambda is of light coming from the star is given 6563 angstrom unit. Apparent change in wavelength delta lambda is 15 angstrom units. Apparent change in wavelength, this is based on Doppler. This particular sum is based on Doppler's effect. The apparent change in wavelength or frequency due to relative motion between the source and the observer. So the apparent change in wavelength due to relative motion between the observer and the star, delta lambda is 15 angstrom unit, that is given. We have a relation, the ratio of apparent change in wavelength to the original wavelength equals to the speed of the star divided by the speed of light, where v is the speed of the star or velocity of the star receding away from the observer, c the speed of light. So out of 4 quantities, if 3 are given, the fourth one can be calculated. Delta lambda is known, lambda is known, c is a constant, that is speed of light is 3 into 10 to the power of 8 meter per second. We can calculate the speed of the star. So the speed of the star, v equals to delta lambda by lambda into c. So delta lambda is 15, lambda is 6563 angstrom unit. Here angstrom unit held cancel. C is the speed of light, 3 into 10 to the power of 8 meter per second. On simplification, the speed of the star comes out to be 6.86 into 10 to the power of 5 meter per second. Okay. With this, let us conclude solving numericals based on the wave optics. Uh, you also need to uh, solve independently some more numerical sums on wave optics. Finding any difficulty, you can approach us. Will guide you to arrive at the result. Thank you.